the last one to drive. Here is all messed up. Oh, is anybody woke? Is anybody not at work besides me this morning? Make sure. Oh, I have turned up the ringtone instead of the sound. Should I check the interstate? Okay, not too many people must have got the notification that I'm live because I didn't create a notification, so that's probably my fault. But anyway, this live is going to be really short, so for those who come in late, you can rewind it all the way from the beginning if you like. But I just wanted to ask you guys, have you heard about the Timmothy Pitzen story? If you've been watching the news this morning, you might have ran across it. Timmothy Pitzen, a Caucasian boy, was kidnapped or went missing or possibly murdered approximately 8 years ago. He went missing, and I guess since it's been like 8 years, they probably, just thought maybe, he was kidnapped, he was murdered, since, he never was found. They never found his body or anything like that. Now, all of a sudden, and also he's from Illinois, all of a sudden in Kentucky, like, I think it was either last night or this morning, a little boy, well, not a little boy, but a teenager who claims to be that missing little boy from 8 years ago stumbled upon some people at a store. He was telling people he needs help. Could somebody help him? He wanted something to eat. He was, beat up. His face was all beat up and bruised and everything. And he was telling, the people at the store, one lady in particular, that he was being beaten. And they asked him, where'd you come from? And he told them, he said, I'm the little boy that was kidnapped 8 years ago when he was 6 years old. Now, they didn't show the picture of the little boy on the news. Did you hear that? Did you see that on the news? Good morning. And I remember this. I totally remember this. I remember how they took his little face, a picture from his little face, and how over time they did other pictures to show how he might look, at present time. So the picture on my thumbnail is, what they said he might possibly look like as a teenager. I cannot believe it. But so the dad right now, okay, because what happened was, and I'm gonna do a full story on this sometime later after we get more details, but I'm just on the way to the dentist right now, take my son to the dentist. So I thought I'd just present to you an update on the story. This story is 8 years old. If that is that child, and then did you see on the news when they said, where'd you come from? And he said, well, I originally from Hey the Man family. Hi, how you doing? Did you hear about the little boy that might possibly be a little boy that went missing 8 years ago? He just miraculously popped up. Like, he showed up somewhere in Kentucky, beaten, hungry. He claims, to the people who was helping him, that two men who were built like bodybuilders were holding him at a hotel. Were keeping him at a hotel nearby. Don't you think that's strange? Okay, 8 years ago when he went missing, his mother had taken him out of school. They have that on camera and everything. They had his mother took him out of school. She was staying because I guess she was kidnapping him from his father. And I don't know if they had I can't remember if they had divorce going on or separation. I can't remember. But they said they have her at different hotels. She was checking in and out of different hotels over several days after taking him out of school. And then she just appeared dead. They found her dead and found the little boy missing. And they claim that they think it was suicide on her case. Like, they think she committed suicide. And the little boy was missing. He was 6 years old. And there was a note. There's a note that said, you will never see Timmy again, but he's somewhere safe, but he will never be found. Now I'm looking at all this back, and I don't know how many of y'all remember this. I mean, it was 8 years ago. Most of y'all who are probably in your 30s, 40s, and up, probably will remember this. And I'm like, wow, if this is this little boy, that's like a miracle. 8 years, he was 6 years old. And then when he claimed that, well, they're looking into everything. They're looking into everything. Hey, everybody, if I miss your name or don't say hi to you specifically, it's because I'm driving. But I think I see D Biggs, No Nonsense. Hey, No Nonsense, boo. You guys just came in. But yeah, I was just talking about the little boy, Timmothy Pitzen, who disappeared when he was 6 years old, which was 8 years ago. And a teenage boy claims he is him. And he showed up beaten and hungry and looking, really like unkept, and some black ladies helped him and called the cops. And now the dad is like, okay, I'm kind of skeptical because, they probably done put in their minds that after 8 years, my son is probably dead, So, and I remember this story. I remember that little boy's face. I remember his little cute face on the news 8 years ago. I remember this. And I was like, dang, that is so sad. Hey, cousin. Hey, what's up, Elon? What's up, cool? But yeah, I mean, I hope this little boy is truly the little boy that, I hope this teenager is the boy. Yeah, that's the pic that I have up. That's him when he was a little. And then the other pic is when they drew that pic. They created that pic. So that's not the picture of the little boy that is claiming to be him. They haven't showed his face yet because he's a teenager, so you know how they do with, teens, kids or whatnot. But yeah, that picture that I put on the thumbnail was him when he went missing at 6. And then they had, how they have people, create a picture of what they might look like as a teenager. It's crazy. And then the guys that he claimed was keeping him, he said they were like 2 big bodybuilder type of men. And they said one of them had a snake tattoo. One of them had a spider tattoo. I mean, this is really strange. Like, the lady, his mother, they claim that she committed suicide. They said it looked like, I guess they, wrote it down as suicide. But the note that was left said, you'll never see Timmy again. He's with people who's caring for him. You will never see him again. I can't imagine she would leave him with 2 guys that are like bodybuilders. 2 big buff bodybuilder type of guys. Does that make any sense to y'all? Does that make any sense? I'm kind of skeptical now of the whole story. I can see if she left the boy to a great missing aunt or some friend that she knew, or I mean, it's not making sense. It's not making sense. Now, what would make sense to me is if she was murdered and the boy was kidnapped, and then, I mean, like,
see what that sign say?
What? What does the sign say? What did it say?
Well, it says some stuff.
No, you're just supposed to stop. But that would, from what it looks like now, that would make more sense to me. Like, she was murdered, he was kidnapped. Um, and I'm sorry to say, but if it's true what this little boy is saying, that he was being held at hotels by these two big uh muscle bound men, maybe they was pimping him out, selling him, making videos. I mean, I'm reaching here, but what they claim happened 8 years ago is not making sense. It's not. And this is just the beginning of the story. So, of course, I'm going to keep my eyes on this story and look for all update information on this story. Because, again, it just doesn't make any sense. And again, I hope this little boy, I hope it's really him. I hope it's really him. And I hope he wasn't too damaged or too, not physically, but mentally, because you know how it is when people are kidnapped and it's, kept as, I mean, there's no other reason that I can see this little boy being kept all this time. And for him to show beat up, they said his face was all beat up, and him describing the people who's been keeping him, I'm like, wow. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get my son up in here into this dentist so he can get his toofuses cleaned. Oh, Orion, hey, good morning. It said on the news that the little boy, or the teenage boy, said that it was two muscular men that were keeping him. And then he said he described them as two muscular men, one of them with a snake tattoo and one of them with a spider tattoo. Hey, silly mommy. Did I miss anybody else? I know I was driving. I think I spoke to everybody. But that is so crazy. I mean, I love when kids who come up missing reappear. Because, I mean, hey, if my children were kidnapped, I don't care what they've been through. I would rather have them back with me than not back with me. And hopefully we can just, with help from maybe counselors and therapists and doctors, pastor, we can get them back to where they was. But sometimes it's so hard if that child has been mentally and physically abused, y'all. But I'm gonna keep my eyes on this again. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this story. But I was like, oh my God. It's like in the last few years, that's like four or five people that has been kidnapped as a youth, as a young child, and then just reappear. And in every situation, they were sexually abused, mentally abused, beaten. So it's sad, but it's a blessing, right? But okay. Your appointment is in 6 minutes. You ready for them to start scraping and cleaning the teeth and all that? I hate going to the dentist. I hate it. But anyway, gotta take the child to the dentist. And he graduates in a month. So this is an exciting time for us. He's the baby of the family. He's graduating. I'm so excited. Last one. And I'm acting like I got like 4, 5, 11 kids. I only got 2. 2 sons. One of them graduated some time back and he's in college. He still stays at home and works and goes to college. And now this one, he's about to graduate and go to college and all that. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I will come back at you guys again later if I find out any information. And of course, I'll come to you guys this evening with a review on Housewives of Atlanta. So you have 5 grown daughters. Oh, wow. 5 daughters in one house. Lord Jesus, God bless you for making it through, honey. I don't know what I do with two daughters in one house. But yes, hey Anne Marie, hey fam. Oh, I got both of my fams up in here this morning. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm about to be out, take the boy to the dentist. But y'all, anybody who came in late, please check out the review. Please start it all over from the beginning. This is a really interesting story, and I really hope this is this little boy and this is not somebody who's just trying to play games with us, you know. So I really hope this is this little boy that went missing 8 years ago at 6 years old. So y'all, I will holler at y'all later. As usual, in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out.